I came to Canisius from Nativity of Our Lord, a small private school in Orchard Park. My graduating class was less than 20 kids, so it was intimidating coming to such a large school. Even though most of the guys from Nativity came to Canisius, I didn't know many of the people in my classes. So I had to meet new people, which was difficult for me, because at Nativity, I had known my classmates since kindergarten. Joining sports teams like soccer and track helped with this, and I was blown away by the overwhelming sense of community and how welcomed I felt here. At Nativity, grades came easily to me, and I didn't have to work hard to do well. I never had a lot of work to do, so I didn't learn to manage my time well. I wouldn't realize the importance of this until I came to Canisius. The work was challenging and much different than anything I had done in the past. I would often find myself procrastinating, so I was up late finishing work almost every night. I would realize that I needed to develop better time management skills. I wouldn't be able to just sit back and do nothing in class and at home like I had at Nativity. I struggled with some of my freshman classes, and my grades slipped, especially with classes like AP World. I had never been a history student, and I spent more time on history every night than any other class. I would constantly get myself distracted because I didn't like the class very much, and this would be reflected in my grades. However, as I put more effort into studying and concentrated on doing my work, my grades slowly began to improve. During my sophomore year, things began to settle down as I established a sort of routine while also exploring new things. I played soccer in the fall, and I was on the track team in the spring. During the week, I would mostly focus on my schoolwork, but on the weekend, I would relax and enjoy myself. My grades stayed steady, and I was enjoying my friends as well as my time at school. I started to pursue my interest in computer science by taking a few online courses and participating in the coding club. I even stepped out of my comfort zone a little and signed up for an MS retreat. My junior year started out a little rough. When August rolled around, I tried out for soccer again. Going into the tryouts, I knew I wasn't the strongest player there, but I had to stay positive. I didn't want to think about the possibility of me not being on the team, so I tried to keep that thought out of my head as much as possible. So when the end of tryouts came around, and I heard that I wasn't going to be on the team, I was devastated. Being cut felt like a huge failure to me, and I debated not even trying out my senior year. I wouldn't be able to see it until later, but being cut from the soccer team my junior year was actually a blessing in disguise. It gave me more time to focus on my Eagle Scout award, which I would get in April of that year. At the time, I was extremely behind in getting the award, and the age deadline of my 18th birthday was getting close. I used the extra time that I had to work on merit badges and other achievements, and would finish all my requirements just weeks before the cutoff. I was also able to focus on keeping my grades up for applying to colleges. I spent more time and effort on my studies as the work began to challenge me more. In the end, I would decide to try out again my senior year. I put in a lot of work during the off-season to increase my chances of being on the team. I worked on drills and conditioning almost every day, and I began to see small improvements in my skills. At the end of tryouts the next year, I was on the team and excited for a fun season. I wasn't the best on the team, but I still got decent playing time, and I was happy with where I was and what I had achieved. In junior year, my academics would start to ramp up again. As things got more challenging, I would spend more time on my schoolwork. I began to have more late nights studying as I attempted to balance my social life and academics. To make things worse, I had started to procrastinate again. It was something that I hadn't quite gotten over from freshman year. Up until then, I had started to get lazy with my work, so I began to make a conscious effort to improve my time management and work ethic to get myself back on track. In my junior year, I also signed up for a companions trip. I knew this would be a very new experience from anything else I had done before. Now, I admit that I pursued this as a bit of a resume booster and as some sort of novel experience, but it would end up being something much more than that. I already knew that I enjoyed helping others through my volunteer hours at Canisius. However, this experience was entirely different because I was able to see the struggles of those who were displaced by Katrina firsthand. We worked with the St. Bernard Project in New Orleans to build houses for the victims of Katrina. The work that we did really helped to show the contrast between the rich areas that had been saved from the storm and the poor areas which were still recovering 10 years later. This trip helped me to form unique and lasting connections with the teachers and students who went with me, as well as show me how rewarding helping someone who really needs it can be. My time at Canisius has given me many unique opportunities and experiences that have helped me to grow as an individual. Without Canisius, I would not be the person that I am today. Thanks for watching.